Hello, everyone. I am Jessica from Afro-Vegan Society, and it is the first day of Veguary, and I am so glad to be here with you all to kick it off and to share some delicious, healthy, and simple smoothie recipes with you. I thought that this would be the perfect way to start off Veguary with some very simple, very healthy, very delicious smoothies so you can, get your rotation going. So I have here in front of me an array of fresh produce of all types because we're going to be putting together four different smoothies today. So we're going to be making a golden smoothie, a red smoothie, a deep blue smoothie, and a green smoothie. So I have here all types of ingredients because I want to highlight. Oh, beautiful. Wonderful. We have Patricia and Claire letting me know the sounds good. So thank you all so much. So I'm going to proceed. So yeah, I have fresh fruits, frozen fruits. I even have some canned fruits in here because I just want to highlight that you can make healthy smoothies with whatever you have available, no matter what price point you're coming from. So, of course, I have fresh produce here like bananas, cucumbers, carrots, celery. But some of my fresh produce has seen better days. And so smoothies are a great way to still eat up produce that you might have sitting around in your fridge that might be past like the freshness point where you would want to just eat it raw, and you can chop it up and blend it up in the smoothie. So my apples here have definitely seen better days, and so have my celery. I even did the trick where you can, like put it in cold water to spruce it up, but I didn't give it enough time. But just because it's looking a little limp doesn't mean that it's not full of nutritious phytonutrients still. I also have some prepared fruits here. So I have canned peaches. Peaches are definitely not in season where I am in the US in the Northeast. It's cold, so there are no fresh peaches around. So I'm using canned peaches. Now, one healthier thing that you can do is instead of buying peaches in syrup, which is usually corn syrup, look for peaches in fresh fruit juice. That's better. And then if you want to help yourself out even that much more, you can rinse the peaches off so there's no added sweeteners on them and you're just getting the fruit. Another product that I'm using to help stretch out my ingredients and using what I have is applesauce. So in addition or in exchange for fresh apples in some of these smoothies, I'm going to be using applesauce. I'm using unsweetened applesauce. So once again, this doesn't have all that added sugar. You don't want to use sugar-free applesauce because that oftentimes has artificial sweetener in it. So no sugar added applesauce is another great way to add some fiber and some nutrients to your smoothies. And then I also have here some frozen pineapple. So pineapple is something that you can usually get fresh in the summertime, but also it's perfectly good to use frozen. And once again, that's something else that you can use canned if you're using it and you're buying pineapple in juice, pineapple and pineapple juice. Don't you buy anything in syrup if you can help it. And then some of the extra superfoods that I'm going to be using to add even more nutrients to these smoothies today are golden flax seeds. I'm also going to be using some chia seeds. And then I'm also going to be using some sunflower seeds. So I have raw sunflower seeds here. They're an excellent source of protein and fiber. And I love them because, they're often hear people suggesting that people use seeds like hemp seeds for protein or even pumpkin seeds. And those are both excellent options, but I love sunflower seeds because they're something that I can typically find in any grocery store I'm in. And oftentimes they're the least expensive nut or seed on the shelf. So this is an awesome, awesome, awesome add into your smoothies. You can soak these in advance, but my blender is strong enough that I can just add them on in and I really don't have too many issues. So I also, once again, have berries. Fresh berries are wonderful, but especially this time of year, I'm going to be using frozen berries. So I have frozen blueberries and frozen strawberries here. And then the final superfood type of ingredient that I'm going to be adding in is turmeric. Oh, I found another one, and ginger. So you'll see how all these things come together. I love making smoothies because honestly, there are endless combinations and possibilities that you can use to make different flavors of smoothies depending on what you have around. But I thought I would just stick to some like of the primary color and flavor families and make some fun and beautiful smoothies that way. So I want to be a bit strategic with how I make these because I'm going to be using just this one blender cup for the entire experience. And I want the colors to transition well inside of this. So let me make a little bit of space here, move my mic. All right, I got my blender base. and this is my blade. So I'm just going to sit this aside, and then I'm going to pull up my ingredients list. So an email went out not long before this live with the ingredients list for all of the smoothies that we're going to be making in this live demo today. So you can check that out. And in the meantime, I'm going to pull it up. So just go into my email to find it. Here we go. Okay, so the first smoothie that I'm going to be making today is my golden smoothie. So this has things like lemon, apple. We're going to be using 2 tangerines, but you could also use whole orange. We're going to be using carrots. Carrots are an excellent source of beta carotene. They're great for your eyes and your skin. We're also going to be using some turmeric as well as flax seeds and water. So I'm just going to start putting all these ingredients together right now. So I also love using tangerines in smoothies because they peel so easy. So I just simply cut them in half horizontally, like that. And the skin is so soft that they peel really, really quickly. Okay. And then what I kind of do is just put my thumb in the base of it and then just pop it out. And you see all the segments come out like that. So like this is the easiest way for me to eat tangerines. They peel in no time. You don't have to get all that skin under your nails and stuff. So I'm just going to pop these in. All right, so we have 2 tangerines in our bin. Next up, we're going to go in with 1 sliced carrot. So I'm simply going to cut the top off. And you don't have to cut it perfectly. You just want to make it a little bit easier on your blender so that you get it nice and smooth. So I'm just cutting it into chunks. Very simple. In goes the carrots. Next up, I'm going to use the juice of half of a lemon. So the lemon is a great source, just like the tangerine, of vitamin C. So we're getting all that in here. Very bright and very naturally sweet. Okay. Next, I'm going to go in with about 1 tablespoon of our golden flax seeds. So I'm going to add those in right now. Dorothy, I see that you didn't get the ingredients. I will send out an email and I will actually post the link to the ingredients right after this is over. So you can be able to blend this up whenever you want. So we have our oranges, our lemon, our carrots, and our flaxseed in here so far. Next up, I'm going to go in with some diced apple. So like I said, I'm taking a very ugly apple that has seen better days, but it's still edible, so we're going to eat it. So I'm just going to slice it up into chunks. I really don't worry too much about like getting all of the core out, but I do try to cut around the seeds. Okay. Okay. So far we have apple, we have 1 diced apple, we have 2 tangerines. We're going to go in next with 1 cup of pineapple chunks. Pineapple chunks are a excellent source of, I believe it's bromelain, which is really, really good for your health. Great source of fiber, naturally sweet. It's just going to naturally brighten up this dish. And I love using my pineapple in smoothies, especially in the wintertime, using frozen pineapple and even canned pineapple that comes in juice. It just makes me feel like summer, like with my food, even though I know it's cold outside and I'm like fighting the snow. So we got the pineapple in here. And next, and finally, we're just going to add our turmeric. So I'm going to add in about a half to a quarter teaspoon of turmeric. You really don't want to overdo it because it has an earthy flavor and it can kind of take over. But we do want to put enough so that we actually experience the benefits of turmeric in this smoothie. So turmeric is a great anti-inflammatory spice and it's great for digestion. Studies have shown that it can reduce the size of tumors and fibroids and all kinds of things. So it's really, really a superfood that's extremely affordable. So yes, Dorothy, I will get you that ingredients list as soon as this live ends, and you will see the ingredients for all of these smoothies here. So then the final thing I'm going to do is add in our water. Now, I like to use water in my smoothies just because, you know, I don't want to add too much extra sweetener by using something like juice. Juice can have lots of extra sugar. So I like to monitor my sugar intake. So that's why I'm using water today, but you could also use coconut water. You could even use something like unsweetened green tea, whatever you like. But I just try to avoid adding extra sugar if it's not in a whole fruit form whenever I can. So I'm going to screw my lid onto this right now. And then before I start, I see a couple comments. I'm going to read them off. Jasmine asks, you add black pepper to your turmeric. I don't typically in my smoothies, but I do when I'm drinking, like adding turmeric and pepper to my tea to get the most benefit from it, because I know that the presence of fat or black pepper really multiplies how much of the nutrients that you can absorb from turmeric. So if you don't mind a little bit of spice in your smoothie, you could add a couple shakes of black pepper in here as well. And then, okay, one last time before I start this up. Everything that is in this smoothie is 1 diced apple, 1 orange or 2 to 3 tangerines, 1 cup of pineapple chunks, the juice of 1/2 of a lemon, 1 carrot that has been sliced, 1/2 teaspoon of ground turmeric, 1 tablespoon of flax seeds, and then about a cup or a cup and a half of water. So that's everything that's inside of this smoothie. So I'm going to put it onto the base. I'm going to turn my microphone down so this does not blast your ears out. Let's see. And then we are going to get this started. Okay, and so just like that, our smoothie is nice and blended. So you can blend it longer if you don't mind any fibers or anything. This will be a little bit pulpy. That's okay with me. I find that the thicker the texture of my smoothie is, if I'm drinking it like in the morning to get my day started and I'm not going to eat a meal for a while, having more fiber and thickness in my smoothie actually works better for me. But you can totally adjust your liquid amount depending on your preference and how you like the texture of your smoothies. So I'm going to take my bottle here and I'm going to hope that I can pour it in here without making a mess. Everybody cross your fingers for me. This is going great. All right, so here we have a beautifully vibrant golden smoothie. This makes 1 to 2 servings depending on how much smoothie you like to drink, and it smells so fresh. And Vergie wants to know what type of blender I'm using. This is called a Beast blender. And so it's just compact. This is the largest blender barrel that it comes with. It's a newer one on the market and it's under $200 and it comes with several accessories. And I think it's made by the same people that make the NutriBullet. So yeah, if you look up Beast blender on the internet, you should be able to find it. But yes, so here's our golden smoothie. All right, next. Let's see, can you see it in the side shot? Okay, so next up, I want to show you all how to make my green smoothie. So just preparing myself for that. Okay, so I will go through all the ingredients that are in this green smoothie before I even start putting anything in. So in the green smoothie, we're going to be using 2 generous handfuls of kale or spinach. We're going to be using another diced apple, but I probably will use applesauce in this recipe instead of apple just to switch it up. You're also going to be using 1 diced cucumber. So I say 1 cup in my ingredients, but really I'm just using one of these small Persian cucumbers. So like maybe like a half or a third of an English cucumber. But yeah, one of these I found is a perfect size for my smoothies. I'm also going to be using 1 stalk of celery that has been sliced, the juice of 1/2 of a lime. I have a lime here. It's a little brown on the outside, but it's still good in the middle. So we're going to use it today and not waste any food. I'm also going to be using 2 tablespoons of chia seeds, 1/2 inch piece of fresh ginger root. So I'm going to be using about half of this. I don't even know, it's so small, I don't know if you can see it. And then you can optionally add in a small handful of parsley or cilantro, but I don't have any fresh herbs today, but I do have some liquid chlorophyll. So chlorophyll is basically, it's like it's extracted from alfalfa leaves. And so it has just a concentration of chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is what plants use to turn sunlight into food. So it has a lot of great properties, and I have a bottle of it here. So I'm going to be using some chlorophyll instead of herbs today, but if you have them all, you can use them all. And then finally, I'm going to be using some water. Once again, you can use coconut water if you have it, or some green tea. That would be really nice as well, but I'm going to be going with my water today. So let's start putting this together. So I'm going to go in first with my cucumber. Once again, it does not have to be cut up perfectly at all. If your blender blade isn't the strongest, you may want to cut it up a bit more, but mine is pretty strong, so I'm just going to chunk it up. We'll also need 1 stalk of the celery, and I'm going to even throw in the celery leaves because there are nutrients in the leaves of the celery. So why not use the whole plant and get the maximum nutrition out of it? All right, so we got our celery in. Next up, I'm going to go in with the applesauce. I'm going to be using about a 1/2 cup of it. Just another source of natural sweetness and fiber. Then I'm going to go in with about 2 tablespoons of our chia seeds here. Chia seeds have lots of healthy omegas, like omega 3s and 6s, great for your heart, great for your brain health. Also, once again, a great source of fiber and protein. And then what else do we have here? Oh, all we just need is our ginger and our lime. So I'm going to cut up my ginger. Ginger is very fibrous, so you do want to chop this up. Even though it's a small piece already, I still want to chop it up a bit. So my blender does not have to work too hard to break it down. And I see we have a couple questions. Oh, thank you, Patricia. Patricia says it looks delicious. Thanks so much. Callisto wants to know, what company did the chlorophyll you are using come from? Okay, so this chlorophyll is called World Liquid Chlorophyll. So yeah, this is the brand. I feel like I bought this either on iHerb.com or Amazon, but I bought it based off of reviews. So I looked at the ingredients, I compared it to other products, I looked at the price. So this was probably definitely a good deal based on other chlorophylls that were available on the market. And then I read people's reviews who had tried different brands. And so people said that they like this brand better than other brands based off of their experience with various chlorophylls. So this is why I chose that one. But yeah, it just says World on it. So I will give you a close-up of it after this demo is over if anybody's interested. And I'm also going to be making a blog post with full written recipes and photos of each smoothie. So I'll include information about the special ingredients and supplements and stuff that I'm using as well. Okay, so we've got all of our ginger in. Now it's time for our kale. It looks like a lot of kale, but like most leafy greens, you know, it has a lot of volume in it, but it will break down. So we just want to make sure we put enough liquid in here. So I'm just going to stuff it in. I am not shy about the greens when I'm making a green smoothie. We want all the benefits. All right, so now I'm going to add in about a tablespoon of my liquid chlorophyll now. So you do want to be careful with this stuff because it's super pigmented and it will stain if you're not careful. So be mindful of that when you're using it. And then we just need our lime to get our lime juice in. So I'm going to cut this in half. Like I said, this lime has seen fresher days, but even though the skin is tough, it's still nice and juicy on the inside. So don't discard your limes too prematurely. And also, if you notice them starting to get hard, throw them in the fridge. You can make them last a bit longer. They won't go bad as quickly. So I have my juice of my lime in here. So in addition to lime being an excellent source of vitamin C, like the tangerines we used and the lemon, lime also breaks down the fibers in the kale in this recipe, and it helps our body to absorb the nutrients inside of the kale leaf. So including an acid like a citrus in your smoothie when you're making something with leafy greens is best for your digestion and best for your nutrient absorption. So we've got all of our base ingredients in. Now it's time to add our water. Like I said, you can use green tea or coconut water as well, but I'm just using some purified tap water. You can use spring water, whatever you prefer, alkaline water. But I just have purified water, and I did buy the purifiers online that filter lead out. So they have different levels of purifiers that you can buy for your different water tank systems. I got the one with the most layers of purification available just because you never know, so might as well give it a try. So, so Callisto wants to know if you were to use green tea in your smoothie, would you recommend chilling it before? Definitely. At least let it get down to room temperature. You don't necessarily need to chill it in the fridge, but if you're making it in advance and you already have like unsweetened green tea in the fridge, that would be great. But yeah, I wouldn't suggest using hot tea because you'll end up with you end up with a stir fry smoothie. So I'm just going to shake this around a little bit, and then we're going to put this back on our base, and we're going to blend again. Prepare your ears. It's going to get loud, but we're going to get this nice and smooth. Okay, so I let this one blend a little longer because those kale leaves are quite a bit tougher. But here we go. And once again, I'm going to use this funnel and pray I don't spill any of this smoothie on me. But we have a beautiful, vibrant green smoothie. It smells so good. Let me give it a little taste. Ooh, the lime juice is coming through. The citrus is coming through. This is not the sweetest smoothie in the world, but it's not the worst green smoothie you're going to drink. I've tasted some very healthy tasting green smoothies before. This one has such a nice citrusy flavor. You could even make it more citrusy if you wanted to add some oranges or lemon juice or whatever you want. But this is a really, really nice, refreshing smoothie, and you just feel like you're doing something so good for your body when you drink it. So I love this particular combo, and I hope you're going to give it a try and enjoy it for yourself as well. So we've made 2 smoothies already. I cannot believe it, but we are halfway through this. For anybody who's just joining, I just whipped up my green smoothie, and I also made a beautifully vibrant golden smoothie. And so with that said, these are 2 beautiful smoothies that you can enjoy this Veguary. Thanks so much for your patience, everyone. The other camera I was using, the battery died. I just changed it before, so I was not expecting that to happen. But I think that this is actually a good place to start. I will recap, like I said, the smoothies that we made here today. So here is my golden smoothie made with carrots, oranges, lemon, pineapple, and tangerine, and also some delicious golden flax seeds and turmeric. And then we also have this amazing green smoothie here that was made with kale and lime juice and chia seeds and celery and cucumber. So this is a really purifying, detoxifying smoothie. We also added in some liquid chlorophyll. And this is a close-up of the liquid chlorophyll brand that I use. And I use about a tablespoon of this. So what I'm going to do is we are going to conclude the live with these 2 demos today, and then I'm going to show you how to make 2 more recipes with a bonus video that I'm going to send out in the next Veguary email. So you will be able to see how to make all of these smoothies. You will learn how to make my berry smoothie as well as the blueberry smoothie. And I will share the ingredients list for all the smoothies that we made today, because I want you to be able to have these in your rotation during Veguary and just whenever, and maybe it'll give you some inspiration while you are mixing up smoothies at your house. So I want to thank you all for participating today. This has been a very eventful start to Veguary, and we have so much more planned. Keep your eyes open. Keep looking out for your inbox every day. We'll be sharing resources, recipes, tips, tricks, and just information that are going to help you on your vegan journey. We want you to go ahead and join the Veguary Afro-Vegan Society support group on Facebook. If you want even more community, we're going to be engaging there as well. We have some amazing live talks and demos planned for you this month from very talented Black vegan experts talking about wellness and medicine and food and activism and all those wonderful things, so that we can celebrate just the whole Black vegan experience. So I'm so glad that you all joined me today. This was so much fun. I'm so glad so many people were participating, and I'll definitely see you again. And before I end, you guys, we have a virtual vegan happy hour on Friday. So definitely look out for that. It's going to be so much fun. Me and 3 other members of the Afro-Vegan Society team are going to be cooking up delicious recipes for like appetizers and dishes and drinks, whether it be cocktails or mocktails, from cookbooks by Black vegan authors. So we want y'all to come hang with us on Friday night at 6 p.m. We're just going to be hanging out, talking about our experiences with veganism, and we want you to join with us too. So we hope to see you there. It's going to be a lot of fun. Jasmine, Jamila, who is our marketing director, and Ray, who is our director of operations, will all be together with you there on Friday. So I really hope to see you there. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you all next time, okay? Bye, everybody.